Hi there, it's Murray Skaman from Concaves. Today I'm going to show you how we've been setting up a lot of John Deere combines. And with this configuration, guys are doing wheat, barley, canola, like your basic crops. And this seems to be working very well. When you get into specialty crops where there's maybe corn or sunflowers, you have to do things a little bit different. But for most guys, this will work. So in the combine, with this being the front, we're putting a split frame in here. And as you can see, I've got one out right now just to show you that it's a split frame. The other one's in the bottom. I'm not going to take it out. We're on a stand here and it's just a little bit awkward. In the second position, we have a 375. And in the third position, another 375. When I'm saying 375, that represents the gap between the bars. You can see the 375 there. That's the gap between the bars. For our wheat one, we use what we call a 225, and that's for hard thrash wheat, flax, crops that are very hard to thrash. I try not to use a 225 unless I have to, because the more grain you can let out at the front, the less rotor loss you have. All loss out of the combine is caused in the rotor. It's not the sieves, unless you have them too tight, and that's operator error. That's not the combine's fault. So this is a 225. Below it I have a 300. So like I said before, the gap between the bars is what our numbers stand for. That's an actual measurement. 0.225 of an inch, 0.375 of an inch. So you can see that this is a bigger hole as compared to the small one. So the front one is going to thrash it hard, the other ones are going to let it out. And the 375 is kind of a concave that's halfway between a narrow wire and a wide wire. So it's still letting lots of grain out, but it's doing some thrashing. It's a good combination. And with this setup, you're going to put this in and you're never going to change these back too. They're just going to stay in. So when it comes time to do wheat, you put your concave in. And that's all there is to putting it in. And you put 2 bolts in. That's all there is. I won't do it for now, it's a demonstration. But that's all there is to putting these in and out. There's a bar in here that guides it in so you don't have to reach away under. It's actually easier to do it in the combine than it is in the stand. So that's it. You're set to do wheat, barley, oats. It's very easy to change. Also, while I'm thinking about it, these bolts in the front, we added those in there because guys were telling us that they were losing the keeper sometimes. So you put a wad in and things would just spring a little bit and the keeper would pop out. So all we did was add 2 bolts. You still use the keeper, but the bolts just hold it. It just keeps it snug so it doesn't spring out. With that, I'm going to pull this out. And when we go to canola, all you have to do is take that concave out. And we switch to what we call a slotted concave. And we've been using this for a long time. And you would change both of these. I'm losing bolts. So we put 2 of these in for canola. And that will do your beans, canola, peas. It does a variety of crops. And with no bars on here, it's very gentle. So it doesn't crack anything. It's good for seed peas, beans. But the problem we've had is the shatter resistant canola, it's too gentle. And if guys are jumping the gun and the canola's hardly ready, this is just a little too gentle. So I came up with a new concave last year. It's worked out very well. And I'll just pull this one out and put it in. Also, while I'm thinking of it, in these concaves, if you find that after 4 or 5 years the bars are starting to get wore on this front section, you can take this one and put it on the other side. That gives it half a turn, so you get to work on the sharp side again. So these last forever. They're very good for wear. So here's my new concave that I've developed. This one is a finger grate. It has the same amount of hole as a round bar or a slotted concave, but it has some bars just to be a little more aggressive, but it lets the canola out. On most combines we're seeing 1 to 6 bushel loss. But when you throw one of these in or a slotted concave, you'll see that drop to half a bushel. And also with this kind of concave in there, because it's letting all the grain out, you can wind the rotor up. And the faster you run the rotor, the more ground speed you get. So you gain capacity also. So it's a win-win by switching these out. And with that, I think that's all I need to discuss in that. But this is our new split frame, and these are our one-piece ones. And for guys that are growing corn, all you have to do is put 2 split frames in, and then you can put 2 sets of these in, and away you go. So with that, I'm going to close out. We'll catch you next time. Bye.